when he started walking away from me, I was crushing over him so hard. Like I was literally like, but yeah, today's story, I'm gonna be talking about me closeting myself as a gay guy after coming out shortly after high school. And I only realized I was gay at the end of high school, like a couple months before graduation. So it was all still pretty new to me. So basically that summer, didn't really, I only came out to like my parents and like my sister and her boyfriend, but that was it. Like I stayed pretty closeted still. And yeah, I just went on to my first freshman year of college, and it was actually like far away from home, and it was in like a kind of relatively rough neighborhood. Like it's like one of those like towns or cities where like the campus is all good and everyone's like safe there, or not even safe, honestly. There's a lot of like car break-ins and like windows smashed and stuff and police reports. And honestly, like outside of the campus, it's literally like like government housing, and like there's like gangs and turf wars and stuff. So it's not safe. And when I went up there, like my parents just dropped me off, or like my parents' friends dropped me off or whatever. And like it was like rough because I didn't have a car on there on campus, and also 90% of the people are commuters. So they just come in and leave, come in and leave. So it was kind of lonely on campus. So I went in, I did my orientation, and then at the orientation I saw there was this like one other gay guy, and I was like, he was like the super like flamboyant, like feminine type, and like so he like the minute he walked on campus for like orientation, he instantly got like three or four like friends, like girls that are friends and stuff. And I was just like, wow, it's really like that easy for him to make friends. Like I was kind of like envious and jealous, but I was like, I'd rather be just like closeted and like not really tell anyone I'm gay. So I was just like, whatever. But I was honestly really jealous because I was like, he really just made like three or four friends that are girls just because like he's like flamboyant and out there. And I was like, I don't know if I really want to be like that. Like I was still uncomfortable with myself at the time. So I was like, whatever. So then I ended up just like, I guess not even bonding with this group of boys, but it was just like they were in my orientation group. So we like talked a little bit. We like played, we were about to go play basketball. One of the boys were literally like, he was like kind of like showing off how he was like super good in high school and whatever. So I was like, all right, whatever. And then so when we played, I basically like dominated him. And then like he was just like talking whatever, talking trash to me afterwards. I was like, nah, you said you were all like, you were just all talk. And then like I just basically shut him down and stuff. And then we had like this kind of argument, and then that was whatever. And then when we went back to the dining hall, like the one of the guys started asking for all of our snaps and stuff, like our Snapchats. And then so I gave him mine. And then like I made my Bitmoji like when I was still like closeted, when I was maybe in like 8th grade or like 9th grade. This was before I even realized I was gay. So, but it was just like a guy with like, it's just like me, I guess, with like yellow skin. And then I had this like mohawk that's like pink. And then so like this guy, when he like added me on Snapchat and he saw this like Bitmoji that I had, he started like making fun of me. He was like, ew, bro, that's gross. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, why does your Bitmoji look like that? I was like, what's wrong with that? It's literally just like a Bitmoji. And then I shut him down, and he didn't even say anything to me after that. And I was like, you know what? These people at orientation, I can't see them as real friends. So, and honestly, I didn't really bond with them that well. So I was like, whatever. So I just distanced from them emotionally. And then, yeah, after that, after the orientation, I ended up coming back up to the campus. Or I went back home, and then I came back up to campus when school started, or a couple days before school started. And then I was meeting my roommate for the first time, and then it was like four guys. So it was like, it's like a four-person like suite. So it's like we have one bathroom that we all share, and like a common living room, and like even like a mini like kitchen. Like no, actually not even a kitchen. It's just like a cabinet and then like a faucet. But yeah, it was just like me and this other guy, and then this other guy, and then this other girl. Actually, yeah, it's an all men's dorm. But basically, I'll explain the story. So I ended up walking in. I met this guy that was supposed to be like my roommate. Like we lived together in the same like bedroom. So I was like, all right. And then I saw him. He had like the Patriots like hoodie on, and he was like, I don't know, he was seemed pretty chill. And like it's also like a honors dorm, so I mean like the people there are probably pretty like progressive and like accepting and stuff, I guess. So I was like, all right, whatever. So I just like I kind of just like dropped off my stuff, like made my room. We didn't even really talk. Like we didn't talk for the first like maybe like 2 weeks, just because I was just scared. Like I was like, should I tell him that I'm gay or should I not? Like I was like, should I come out to him or should I not? I was like, if he's not accepting, is this gonna be like a huge problem? I'm gonna have to go like find another dorm. Like I already like this like 4-person suite. It's one of the nicest like dorms on campus. I was like, I don't really want to lose this opportunity. And then so I just started searching up online stories, like I guess horror stories of people like coming out and then like having huge problems. And then I also was like watch those horror stories of like people getting like basically like hurt, like their roommate like hurting them, or their roommate like stalking them, or their roommate being super creepy or whatever. And I was like, yo, I'm actually scared. I don't know if I could do this. And then also like a day after or yeah, like within the first day that like I came in and started like setting everything up, the other roommate that's in the other room, she ended up like coming out to us as like a trans femme. So I think she's like biologically born as like a boy and just trying to transition into a girl. And then so I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. So yeah, that was it. And then like I don't know, like all our roommates, we didn't really think that much of it. We were just like, all right, we just have to call her by like she, her pronouns, and then that was really it. But yeah, so I was just like super scared with my roommate because I didn't talk to him for like 2 weeks straight, and then he was trying to engage conversations. I would just like block him off, and like I was just like, so since I realized like this other like my other roommate is like trans femme and like part of the LGBTQ, I was like, maybe I should come out to her first and then see what her opinion is. And then so I just like talked to her a little bit, and then like I was just like, I came out to her. I was like, yeah, I'm actually gay. And I was like, I know you're part of the LGBTQ. So I was like more comfortable like coming out to you since I know you came out to us like when we first moved in. And she was like very chill about it. Like she was just kind of like talking about like her hobbies and stuff. And then we got in a little bit of an argument. Like I was saying how like I think everyone's like born gay, and she was like, I don't know, that contributes to some like specific like concept or something, and it was just like too complex for me to even understand. So I was like, hey, it's all good, you know, we see different sides and then whatever. So basically week 3 I eventually came out to my roommate, and then he was like, he's also like religious too, so I was like kind of scared. But he was like, when I came out to him one day, I was just like, I think I just told him I was like, I'm actually gay. And he was like, oh, okay. And then he didn't really think that much of it, and then he was just, so basically I started having to talk to him a little bit more, and then realize if he was like accepting or not, because like I don't know if his religion's like against it or whatever. And he was like, no, we're accepting. He was like, you know, I had a friend recently on my like track team from high school. He actually ended up coming out as like transgender, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then yeah, for throughout that whole year, like I guess like, well, me and my roommate never really got along. I mean, like we kind of just like, we were always like arguing about stuff, and we were arguing about the same thing for like hours. And like, yeah, I just didn't really feel that comfortable in that dorm. But I don't know, I didn't really want to leave and stuff. So I was just like, oh, whatever, I'll just endure it for however long as possible. But yeah, after I came out to him, I was like so relieved. I was like, finally. And then, but still though, like when I walked around campus and when I went to classes, I was like closeted. I was trying super hard to be like straight, masculine, tough, you know what I'm saying? I was still playing basketball. I was like trying to prove to everyone like that I'm super good at basketball. Oh yeah, like I would just play like 4 or 5 hours of basketball every day, and then like come home and play video games for like 5 hours, just because like I was just so uncomfortable with myself. And those were like I wouldn't even call them hobbies, but those were just things I did like before I found out I was gay, to try to like prove unconsciously, I guess, that I was straight and like tough, since those are traditionally like, I guess, like things that like straight guys do, like gaming with the boys, or like going to hoop, play basketball with like the boys, you know what I'm saying? Like it was just like I guess like a mask I was putting up unconsciously that I wasn't aware of. But yeah, that was really it. And then yeah, on the basketball court it was rough, I'm not even gonna lie. Like I think the reason I liked playing basketball so much was just because I could mask the fact that I was gay, and also I just liked like dominating the guys. Like I would just ask random people to one-on-one. I would absolutely dominate them, and I would feel so good about it. And it honestly might be because of like my past like bullying experience when I was growing up. So maybe that's why, or maybe that's just because like I like dominating guys. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, yeah, the basketball court was super toxic. Like whenever we would play like with big groups of people, there was always people will always be super homophobic. Like anytime anything bad happens, they'll just be like, "Oh, that's so gay," or like they just say it over and over again, like maybe like 30 times a game, and they would like if someone messes up or something, or like they get hit or something during the game, they would just say like the F slur. They'd be like, "You're such like a," you know. And I'm just like, damn, I really wish I could just come out and like stand up for myself and be like, that's not okay, because it hurts me. But I mean, there's like 9 other guys playing that are probably like straight, and so like me like speaking out, they probably wouldn't even care. But honestly, with the way I'm comfortable with myself now, I would definitely speak up. Honestly, I don't care. I want to preserve myself and stand up for myself. But yeah, other than my 2 roommates, the only other guy I came out to as gay was this one guy when I was playing basketball with him. I came out to him. He was pretty accepting, but other than that, he really, right after I came out to him, he shortly was like, so do you have any friends that are girls that I could get with? And then afterwards, I was just like so uncomfortable that I just like emotionally, I just shied him away. I was like, I don't really want to talk to you. Emotionally, that's how I felt. And then, yeah, during my first freshman year of college, it was honestly rough. Like I was in a rough mental like health like patch, I guess. And like it's because like for the first like 18 years of my life, I didn't know I was gay. And then I found out at the end of high school, close to graduation, and I came out a couple months after graduation. So I basically just like I'm only like 1 year out as gay to only like maybe a couple of my family members. And so I was like honestly like not that comfortable, and I like closeted myself and was still pretending I was straight during that first year of college. But one prominent moment during like the first year of college was like, because I know like people usually like when they like come out like during high school, they'll like go into college and be like all out and like proud as gay. But for me, it was like, no, I was like shelled up and I was like still trying to pretend I was straight. But yeah, so there was this one like really memorable moment in like college. It was like I was like at the gym, I was like doing the bench press, and then this one like feminine like flamboyant gay guy came over, and then like he was asking if he could use those like what's it called, those like clips that like keep the weights together. And so I was like, oh sure. And then when he started walking away from me, my like I was crushing over him so hard. Like I was literally like I locked eyes and like followed him all the way to when he was grabbing the clips, to when he went back to like the squat rack and he started doing squats. Like I literally, normally I only rest for like 2 or 3 minutes. I literally like spent 5 minutes just staring at his direction, watching him squat. And I was like, in my head, I was so in denial. I was trying to like tell myself like, nah, that he looks like a girl. That's definitely a girl. But then when I looked at his like body and his physique, I was like, that's definitely a guy. And then I felt so good. Like I was just crushing over him. I felt so good down there. I was just like, wow, like, yeah. And then that night afterwards, when I was like just like sleeping in my bed, like just fantasizing and crushing over him, I literally like was like, oh, I should have asked him out. What was I doing? I was like, I literally couldn't sleep for like that whole night because I was just replaying that image. I was like, I could have just asked him out. I might not ever see him again. I better go to the gym at the exact same time. So I went back to the gym another day at the exact same time, and then I saw him. He was doing the leg press, and like he was wearing those like short compression shorts that are black and like they're tight to the skin. And I was like, wow, his legs and his body look so good. And he had like curly hair too, and he was like light skin. And I was like, I think light skin is my type, because like he was the first guy that I had a crush on, other than that boy that made me find out I was gay at the end of high school. Like he literally, the guy at high school during my senior year, like a couple months before graduation, he was literally my gay awakening. But other than that, this was the first guy I had a crush on after that one boy that gave me that gay awakening. And so it was crazy. Like I was literally crushing over him so much. But yeah, so when I went back to the gym and I saw him again doing the leg press and he was looking all good, I was just so not confident that I was just like, in my head, I was just replaying like thoughts. I was like, he probably has like a boyfriend. He's probably like, he looked way too good for me. Like, yeah, I don't know. And also like at that time, I was not comfortable being gay. So like, I was way too scared to go up to him. So I walked up to him, like I asked him how many sets he has left on the machine, and then I literally ran away, and that was it. But yeah, that was the freshman year of college. And then also during that summer right after the freshman year of college, I ended up like experimenting with myself, because I started consuming like gay content on like social media and stuff. So I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm a top or bottom. So I ended up just trying it out and just experimenting with myself. And yeah, the sophomore year of college, I ended up transferring to I guess like a more prestigious school just because of like family pressure and stuff. Honestly, I regret it. And I ended up transferring back to like a state school. But yeah, at that school, I was just so focused on school and stuff. I had no time to even like do anything. Like, I didn't come out to anyone during my sophomore, like first semester, and I was just like purely school. And but yeah, there was only this one other time, like this was my second crush after the boy that gave me that gay awakening. When I was on the train, I saw like this like Hispanic, like light skinned Hispanic like boy on the train, and I was like, I want to ask him out so bad. And then he ended up leaving the next stop, and I was like, no, I missed out on it. Like I was crushing over him so hard for like a couple seconds. And so yeah, that was really it. I mean, if you guys want to see like the story about like the boy that gave me the gay awakening, I'll probably like in high school, I'll probably go like post that like maybe later on, but I'm gonna start with this video to start the channel off. And then yeah, I'm gonna see you guys next video.